Hello, to whoever's watching this, I'm not planning what they can do with this footage further on, but I thought it would be a neat idea to react to the first Epic War video uploaded to YouTube in 4 months. It's been 4 months since the last Epic War upload on YouTube. Actually, I think there was a mod showcase, which was kind of Epic War related by Giga Inferno, but this is the first Epic War content that we've gotten in 4 months, which is a third of a year. Which is pretty insane. So yeah, I'm just gonna react to it. I hope nothing messes up. So the video is about Epic War 5, a game-changing mod that uncovered the game's deepest flaws. Epic War 5 does have a lot of deep flaws, and this is apparently a mod that quote-unquote fixes the game, I guess. I can already tell that this is just gonna take out the entire screen in about 5 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It wasn't exactly 5. But let's go for it.
Epic War 5 is my favorite entry in this series.
Okay, I like the subtitles. My favorite one is Epic War 4.
It's
FYI, just my opinion is actually pretty valid.
fast-paced gameplay and many
Fast-paced, yeah, I can see it.
complicated mechanics.
Like what? Complicated mechanics like what? You can't stack spells in that game. If you put a regen and then a rage, the rage overrides the regen. What is so deep about that? That it does not get more shallow. There is a pierce limit. An attack doesn't damage an infinite amount of enemies. So that is a pretty interesting mechanic that Epic War 5 has. Alright, I'll give it to Sami G. Nah, I won't give it to you. It's a shallow game.
Mechanics. Turn the game to 100 in the killing of enemies.
Thinking about it, Epic War 5 is a very nice game for challenges, just due to that reason that it actually isn't as shallow as it sounds. Like there is so much stuff you can do just to win the level. You can use the most impractical units and still do it. You can use a single unit slot and still pretty much do it.
But it's also infamously easy.
Yes,
Hosting
that's why it's also part for challenges.
some of the cheesiest bugs in the entire
That is not a bug. For anyone who calls that a bug, I hate you and I despise you. How is that a bug? It's literally a feature. Like, your units unveil the fog of war. That's why it's called a fog of war. I can see where you're coming from. I can see why this would be a bug. Why you would refer to that as a bug. It doesn't really make the game any easier because it's already very easy and it's a fun feature you can use. So it helps. It helps. It's definitely a helpful feature. I don't think it deserves the hate it's been getting. Not by just Sami, but by a lot of people. Revealing the fog with buildings is very impractical. If the game was much harder, it had a much higher skill ceiling, then it would be just a cheese strategy. No, it's not even a cheese strategy because you're downplaying yourself by using it, by not just winning the game instantly.
entire franchise, and the fact that the hero versus hero feature was counterintuitive.
Hero versus hero. I do like the castles way more. Let me think of other Epic War 5 bugs. There is the block bug, where block isn't really block, it's not blocking anything. There is the what is it called? No spot bug, where you just put your hero in a place where he can't be attacked. Which does not happen in previous Epic War games, and even if it did, you had castles, so you had to get your castle broken to lose. That's why, another reason, heroes are much worse than castles for being like the objective of the level.
Despite this, there is a man who was brave enough to work around these problems.
I can't think of a joke. I'm just looking at his medals and this man is so talented.
Created a mod so influential, it really exposed how flawed this game is.
I actually didn't know that was happening. Like, I was in the server back several months ago, I assume 4 months ago, or maybe even more, I don't know. But I don't recall such an Epic War 5 mod being worked on. I just know the Hell's Gate revenge mod. We've been waiting for it for several years now, and I think it's a lie. Just like the releases of the game, that's a lie. 3.0 mod update, that's another lie. That community is full of lies, if I'm being honest. The only thing that's true is the Minecraft recreation of Epic War 1. I didn't even promise it to anyone, but it exists at least.
This is the story of Untitled Pomelo.
Pomelo is such a goated fruit. Okay.
Untitled Pomelo, referred to as PP on Discord, is a PvP
Why?
PhD graduate in theoretical
Wait, what is that? That just looks like the Giga Inferno mod. Let's see. You have 6 wizards? Is that like in the original? I mean, there is obviously an imp unit that you're never supposed to get.
physics, who joined the Epic War server in April 2024.
April 2024. Oh yeah, there's no chance I know about this. So it didn't take him that long. I mean, yeah, good job, I assume. He did give the Word of Hellsword to that giant imp. That's pretty impressive.
He watched some garbage videos on
Oh wait, Discord leaks. By the way, those videos aren't so bad. I would admit the one with the star on the thumbnail. I don't see it, but the Hell's Gate Revenge. But yeah, that video was honestly pretty decent. I really enjoyed it. Even I like the thumbnail. I kind of stole some parts of it. I don't remember if I actually used them in my other Epic War content. But that giant background with the smaller foreground is something I really enjoy. I've heard enough. I'll make a video reviewing it. Okay, so what happened is this person released their mod. They glazed Sami into making him think it's worthy of making a video. So I don't know if this is just a scam or Sami wanted to make up for his ego boosting. No, I'm speaking a lot of bad stuff, and I really don't mean them. Like, Sami is a wonderful person. PP looks to be a very passionate Epic War player, and I love that. So there are. Dude, we haven't even gone through a minute in the video. How much am I yapping?
Epic War modding, and had seen enough to try his hand at reworking the games.
Is this level 6, or did you use that background for other levels? Levels outside the main campaign? I like the rocks on the bottom left. Are they attached to the map or to the UI?
Although
The map, I guess. What is that? What is going on? Yeah, I kind of don't like Epic War 5 mods. You just can't tell what's going on. There's like the two sides of the coin. One is Epic War Saga, where units are so small you don't know what they even are, and the other side where they just make an Epic War 5 mod where everything is upscaled for no reason, and you again can't tell what anything is. 30 hobbits is insane though. Holy.
his programming knowledge was very minimal, and he hadn't been exposed to many of the community's creations.
That is Zerne's mod. Every time I watch a Sami's video, I'm trying to see if he stole my content. Not in like a bad way. I'm just built like that. I just feel excitement when somebody uses my gameplay. I'm like, oh look, they thought about me, and they thought it was entertaining. They thought it was good enough for them to use, and I love that. Usually he puts me in the description of the videos, and I assume, yeah, maybe he didn't use it this time. Unlucky. It's fine when people don't use my gameplay because, I mean, mine is clearly superior if I'm being honest. Like, I play the game better than the other people.
PP had
I didn't understand anything. I'm joking, okay. About anything I say, I'm joking. Don't have a reason to not be joking right now. I kinda want to hear out Sami this time though.
minimal, and he hadn't been exposed to many of the community's creations. PP had enough of the blueprint to release version 1 of the Hell Rising mod. Little did he know is that he created a mess so beautiful, it would change the way that we
No, why are you putting your phone there, dude? It's making me nervous. What if it falls over, dude? It's so easy for it to fall over there. And it's not gonna break, like, that's fine. You clearly don't respect your phone, or you're just a normal human being without anxiety.
all saw Epic War 5 forever. In the Hell Rising mod, the player uses a new hero, Cannibal the Great, a demon
That's funny. That's so funny because I got banned for that. I got banned for speaking about cannibalism, and now it's so all of a sudden fine. No, I get it. Why is it fine here? Not in my case, but it's so goofy. It's so funny. I love it so much.
imp with a Lord of Hell sword. What makes Cannibal so well designed is that he starts off with high HP, but low resistance to attacks, making him a glass cannon in early game, and then a titan worth using in the middle to late game.
How many? Wait, hold on. No, I got Sami about the hero. I think that's a fun idea, but like Pippi definitely knows what he's doing. Were there 15 Lamias in one spot? There was that, I think it was Hell's Gate Revenge. It's lagging your computer way too much. I think I remember Lulan playing it for what 9 hours straight, a single stage. And there's also Epic War 5 hard mode. Yeah, I just absolutely despise Epic War 5 mods. I don't think it's meant to be. I don't think that game is meant to be modded.
Additionally, his long sword gives him a slight range boost, meaning that he's out of the firing line, increasing his survivability. To add icing on
I assume he doesn't have a blind spot like Waterfell.
the cake, our hero would unlock a new ability when the campaign was finished. And even though the portal building isn't the most useful thing in the extra and trial,
Okay, he has the red goblin in his inventory, and that witch is not in his inventory, so I assume it's kind of like the World War stuff, where you use a spell and you summon units, which is definitely a great idea.
levels. The ability to upgrade your hero through checkpoints, as well as through upgrade points, is absolute genius in addressing the problem
Thinking about it, I don't hate it. I think it's fine. I think those icons are also new, so respect for that.
of hero balance. Now let's look at the most complicated problem about Epic War 5, the difficulty.
Yes?
Right off the bat, PP presents us with 3 difficulties on how
Oh, I love this! Cheeseburger mode, never mind. Never mind, you had to ruin it. One flaw I'm seeing, there's the same text on all of them. And I kind of want to understand what the difficulty difference is between cheeseburger mode and endless. Because endless sounds like not literally a difficulty spike, but a whole new thing in itself where stuff just doesn't end, if you know what I mean. I want to see the map with the level 6 map where the village was burning down. I want to see the rocks at the bottom.
we can play his mod. Make no mistake that no matter how you play this mod, it is challenging, with even the early game taking a few attempts.
Now, I got to immediately ask, challenging because Epic War 5 hard mode, or challenging because Xerneas 3.0 mode? Like, those are two extremely different ways to make something more challenging.
Whilst of course Epic War 5's engine rewards a specific meta of strategies, playing through the mod was engaging, as you had to think on your feet in every level in the game.
Well, yeah, but you just see everything upscaled and it's so ugly. Like, I don't think the imp was meant to be that big in the first place. It puts me off. I don't know.
Whether that was micromanaging your army or adjusting your team to suit the needs of the
Why is Queen Theory against you? Also, micromanaging your army, almost like that's the core point of being able to move your stuff.
stage. The mod, in more ways than one, tried to tackle the problem of difficulty. And through advanced
No, why did he add rain? If you're a self-respecting Epic War 5 player and you decide to make a mod, no shot in hell you're reusing rain. In fact, you're going to be removing rain. Your main goal should be first to remove rain, and then build your mod on top of that. Because rain sets the atmosphere, sure, but it sacrifices 90% of the enjoyment for your game. I'm playing Epic War, it starts raining, and I immediately stop having fun. Like, I already know it's going to be a painful level to go through. I know it's not going to be satisfying, it's not going to feel good to play it. Being the player isn't going to be fun. Being the person behind the screen is not going to be fun.
advancing in the mod, the community unanimously praised the progressive risk and the progressive reward, despite the added challenges in Hell Rising.
What does high risk level mean?
For perspective, in vanilla Epic War 5, the Dwarf Defenders, who are Vigraf the Red starting troops, were unlocked after Extra 4.
Yes.
Totally out of the ballpark of when they would be useful.
Yeah, that's true. I don't see it as a bad feature though. I don't think.
In contrast, the Tauros Oxen, who is better in almost every stat, are
No, I get you. You haven't even finished yourself, but I get you. But the alternative is to make it so these units are starter for each hero, and at that point, it just removes sort of the identity about the different hero playstyles. I'm fine with it, if I'm being honest. I am fine. Like, one thing is to get an early game unit in the late game. Another thing is to get the final boss after completing 100% of the game. Like, that is useless.
simply unlocked by winning the 3rd level. compared to Hell Rising mod, where every unit is unlocked at a time where they could still be useful.
Okay, I hear that. And I like it. Now, is Sami being for you? Because it's honestly very hard. Even in Zernis mod, there are units that aren't as useful as others. Let's put it like that. I can't think of examples right now, but I'm sure it exists because perfect balance is something that does not exist. As much as I love PP and his passion, I don't think he will be able to make Epic War 5 a perfectly balanced game where each unit, and I'm talking each unit, especially the 30 hobbits he's giving you, have a unique place where they should be used and are better used than any other unit you can have.
This diverse
Wait, there was some yellow text in a very weird font that I couldn't even read.
At a time where they could still be useful.
Level 6, you get the dwarf, by the way. Okay, fun.
This diversifies your game.
Okay, I assume the red goblin icon on the units, like the red power goblin that you have in your units, is just all of them. I can only say that it could be overpowered, but a simple nerf makes it pretty balanced.
The players are able to use troops they otherwise weren't able to.
For the love of God, I'm using bombers. Yeah, that's a very good point. I'm not sure if he's just scamming. I can't tell if Sam is just scamming us, because making bombers useful, especially when it's only 4 of them, in Epic War 5, I don't believe that.
In the original, simply because they weren't unlocked at a proper time. On that topic though...
Well, yeah, but if you just switch your hero, they are suddenly unlocked at a very proper time.
He told me that one of his goals for the mod was to allow the player to use all of the troops available, as it is a shame that the enemy has access to unit that the player can never use.
Why would that be a shame? I don't understand. And if that's a shame, is it a shame that the enemy gets ginormous throws and I don't?
Units like the Imperfect Demon, Fallen Angel...
Oh yeah, first of all, he got the Angel, so I already like that. And second of all, this mod features only one hero, so it will be pretty much... You can't defend the point I was defending with the unlocking dwarves after more than halfway through the game. Just because he has only one single hero, he kind of is obliged to fix that, if you know what I mean.
And Undead Tiger are accessible to the player and are also very useful in many of the trial stages.
Oh sure, but when would you use... I was gonna say... Oh wait. Oh, I see. So, I was gonna say, when would you use normal Angel and normal Tiger? But he just made them have a population of 2 instead of 1. So, yeah, I do find that pretty unique. Like, unique enough to the point where I'm not gonna criticize it.
Stages. But my personal favorite is, without a shadow of a doubt, the Goblin Elves, also referred to as the Power Go Goblin.
Overrated. Either
PP
overpowered or
programs
overrated.
them as 5 troops in one unit,
Wow,
which also
or 30, or you could have 30 units in one unit, you know?
respawn as they die. So you don't need to exhaust all 5 of them in order for them to be ready for battle.
Well, that's a good point. It says 1 out of 1. So, if 1 dies, I assume it's gonna respawn without needing dollar for today.
It's not the only troop that has this advantage, but I don't want to spoil everything. You can play the mod for yourself.
It's not
So far we've
what else could it be? I can't think of anything right now.
Spoken about how Untitled Pomelo added new features to Epic War 5 that can influence the remakes, such as level designing in a way that was tough, but gave you the option.
What remakes? Remakes don't exist. It's been years. 4 people have been working on this game for years. And you're telling me you still believe in the remakes? I don't know, man.
Option to use all the units, including your hero, and an upgrade system that rewards the players as you go. However, none of this came easy, as PP needed rewards the players.
I was gonna ask that. First of all, you have Skull Knight as your unit. Second of all, I was gonna mention how do you have so many units, and the answer is right there. You have 4 pages. But why is the succubus on the 3rd page alongside some other units that clearly don't belong to the 3rd page? I wanna know if they're new items, accessories. That's what I wanna know.
As you go. However, none of this came easy, as PP needed to learn from a previous version of the mod. It is worth noting that Epic War 5 had a lot of bugs and oversights that the Hell Rising mods had to rectify. Some of which were pretty easy, like how block and strong resisting troops.
Which I believe there is a certain person who doesn't believe that to be a glitch. I don't know why, but I'm gonna leave it here.
Each get dealt the same amount of damage. But
Enemies
one exploit that PP was worried
enemies have runes.
troops each get dealt the same amount of damage.
Enemies have runes. W.
But one exploit that PP was worried could ruin his mod was the fog glitch.
It's not a glitch. How does it ruin your mod? How would that ruin your fucking mod? Oh my god.
When the player places a building
Wait, was that the mod?
in his mod was the fog glitch. When the player
No, he's doing commentary. It can't be. Because if he didn't fix the glitch where you just kept spawning behind and not moving forward, that would be disappointing.
places a building in front of all of your units, the
I mean,
game
he can't showcase a bug that is fixed in the mod because it's kind of fixed. So why am I so stupid?
thinks that you have progressed with the level and starts to reveal more of the map. This makes the game easier,
No, it makes the game slower.
as you can now cast spells to troops that the game never intended you to fight.
Okay, no, I get it, but I can't defend that because I'm stupid. But it just feels correct. It feels like it should not be an exploit. No, I get it. If you allow the player, to build castles, walls, to reveal the fog, that means you're not pressuring them enough. And you can't make a difficult mod that is worth your micromanaging without any pressure. You can't rely on them to basically put themselves underneath more trouble when they could just do that under less trouble. I think the best way to make that exploit not used or useless while still being a feature, because it makes no sense for it not being a feature because that's how Fog of War works. If the upcoming enemy units are enough to pressure you into using your mana to defend, because it makes no sense that you're leaving the player with infinite mana and infinite time. I don't think that's considered good game design, and I'm not saying that Saga's timer is good at all.
Yet, with the beta testing of
What is that? What is that? I can't tell what it is. I can't. What are these 5 pixels on screen? Do you think that looks epic? I don't think that looks epic. I think that looks ugly. Why are there 5 pixels hiding something? That is very clearly a unit I cannot see because of the giant enemy.
the mod, many of the levels suffered a difficulty drop to the
Wow, you made a unit so giant with so much range that you can't do damage to it. Let's go.
point of incompetent quality as a result of players being
What did you say?
difficult. Yet, with the beta testing of the mod, many of the levels suffered a difficulty drop to the point of incompetent quality as a result of players being able to abuse this glitch. So Untitled Pomelo took a huge risk by trying to fix this. Now, you can't command your army past the point at which you've reached with your units.
Oh, he ruined the game. Wow. He just said, fuck it, I'm not gonna bother to fix that. I'll just take your permission from playing the game. Wow, that was dumb. I feel offended by that. I'm personally offended by that. And Sami is spamming regen, I can see. So it makes me believe he didn't really make it less overpowered. I don't know. But that was just kill me at this point, man. You take my ability to play the game? Why do you expect me to play your game then? I don't get it.
A bit like rugby rules. This mechanic admittedly took a while for players to get adjusted to.
Which is disrespecting yourself? Adjusting yourself to this is literally disrespecting yourself and your morals.
Not only can we not call enemy troops by cheesing spells, but micromanaging units will also take time to get used to, encouraging people to become more skilled at it.
No, I hate when people say that, dude. It's so dumb. It's such a lame excuse. Well, what if I just took one of your eyes just for the mod? So you need to get more skilled to progress through it. What if I just took your eyesight? What if I just took your hearing? What if to play my mod, you needed to cut 4 of your fingers and send them to me? Now I can send you the file. Look, anyone can make the game harder. Anything can make the game harder. It's about making it harder and enjoyable. I don't know. I'm so offended by this. I might just end it. That is so stupid. Oh, you actually need to get more skilled now. No shit. No shit, you need to get more skilled. How about you remove half of the unit slots? That's surely gonna be fun. How about you remove all hotkeys? How about you put these two buttons over here? These two buttons over here? I don't know. What if you make the mana so you can't see your mana? That surely makes you more skilled. You need to count now. Great. Wow. This is so fucked up.
Epic War. PB also learned from the first draft of his mod to add never-seen-before features to the 5th entry to the franchise. I mentioned before how PP will give you up.
He just put down that building and a giant wizard lady witch spawned in the back. I called it.
Upgrades for completing certain parts of the game. But big units themselves get a 20% boost in both HP and attack in addition to the upgrade purchased by the player, giving the player a significant boost when killing bosses because trust me, we're gonna need it. PP also buffed all of the bosses and made certain levels impossible to beat without the completion of a previous. If you know,
is it unlocked before the completion of a previous? If so, that is just wrong. Does the player know that it's completely impossible? Is it completely impossible? There are so many questions I have, dude. So many questions I have.
you know. The dev of Hell Rising mod was not afraid to innovate, making pragmatic decisions for the sake of fresh perspective, difficulty increase, or even a boost to the lore. But there's also things I really don't.
If you're telling me you can write well and you can mod well, I don't believe you. Because you're just way too talented. I forgot what I was gonna say, and it's probably for the better.
Like about this mod, such as a bit of a bittersweet reality, it exposed Epic War 5. Many of the problems I'm about to discuss are complex limitations that the 5th game possesses, to the point where I'm debating making an entire video on retrospect in Epic War
In what, 4 months?
5. But let's talk about what's relevant to Hell Rising mod. In an interview with PP, he mentioned how he didn't like Saga due to its grindy nature.
What an absolute Chad. Holy fuck. Bro legit said yes to an interview with a face cam on and is dogging Saga on it. Oh my god, I love this person so much.
But I had to farm EXP for every single trial level.
He also seems pretty humble. Just by the way he looks, I assume he's humble. I don't know why. But Sami is the person who is making this a bit too exaggerated. I love you, Sami.
This was very counterintuitive, as the mod presented a solution to progressively overloading the unit rewards, so the player had variety in their teams. And this is especially true with the Trial Titans, who will absolutely power creep your team when you unlock them. Not to mention that they are completely broken when fully upgraded.
So is that good or not? Is that balanced or is that not balanced?
This is a skill issue, but due to the intensity, I just felt like I couldn't attempt the trials without fully upgrading my Titans.
Have you considered that? What does that mean? Wait, that is such a big number. That is 9,000 times 8,998 times 8,996 repeated until just above 0 or like 2. Hold on, hold. What? What? No. I don't get what this is. I don't think this really fixes the game. I think this is just a fun mod for people to try out.
The highlight of the mod for me was the late stage of the main campaign and the extra purple stages.
What about the trials?
The problem though is there were some terrible level designs. One big culprit for this was the big magic units, who can snipe you.
Yes, that is stupid, and guess what? Now you can't play the game. You can't cast spells where you should be able to cast spells. It's so redundant. I hate this.
Across the map. including on level 7, where they spawn trap you if you get unlucky.
Level 7 is usually with a red background though, so I assume he changed the backgrounds too, which is fun. And probably where the levels are.
What frustrates me most is that the purple levels actually use these guys in a good way, because they're not exactly hard hitting, they're just disruptive.
Not when you're in early game.
I guess what I'm supposed to say is I simply faced them far too early in the game. In late stage, I'm better prepared for them.
Who'd have thought?
Another gripe to fix is the hero self-heal. I completely understand the decision to make it more expensive so that you have to use it at the right time at the right place. But 100 mana is simply too much.
Oh! 100! What? For self-heal? And then you're just gonna self-heal and you have no mana, and you still need to retreat. Oh, I don't know.
Sometimes I have to
I also just thought about like using spells like self-heal, which is you should be able to cast it anywhere and it's gonna affect your hero. By mistake, simply by mistake, you're gonna try and cast it in the space where you would be able to, but now you won't be. And it's gonna be very frustrating. I can see myself getting mad at that.
spend an awkward amount of time waiting for the perfect moment to use it. Maybe if it costed something like 80, you could get the
80 is still too much, come on.
best of both worlds with the high risk, high reward spell casting,
Just make it 50 and make it less powerful.
whilst you use the 80 mana hero heal.
I hate strong spells. You can tell by my Epicor 4 playthrough. I think the Comet is a generally amazing spell, just because of how versatile it is. Just because of how cheap it is. And I would prefer to have the option to have cheaper spells than more expensive, very grand spells. Like, especially when it's clearly not meant to be a grand spell. One thing is time stop, and another thing is self-heal.
The other gripes are purely minor, such as hating on how certain upgrades are structured, and items not exactly
That was packed, okay. Okay, got my answer to this.
doing what they say they would. But PP had to learn from the best. The Hell Rising mod is a product of one man's idea to innovate, to get
Yeah, respect for that. I have a lot of respect for PP now.
inspired, and to be educated by the community's fine art. I don't know when the next update for this mod will be released, but Untitled Pomelo has one feature that will guarantee his success. Curiosity.
Let's go, the glazing never stops, dude.
In a very poorly worded question asking him about certain features which he may not want to repeat in other projects, he gave me a fantastic... It is not my place to call out others for their blunders, as I think doing so will limit your growth, because you think you know everything. Though of
Wait, I didn't understand. Maybe I'm too stupid. It is not my place to call out others on their
as I think
blunders.
doing so will
It's not just a chess term.
limit your growth, because you
I think doing so will limit your growth.
think you know everything.
Oh yeah, now I can see. Sure. Yeah, I agree with that.
Though of course there is always things that can be improved on, and that's what I strive for. This is the type of mentality that
What's up,
sums up
Absolute
the
Chad?
Epic War community.
No, you ruined it.
Zerny, Lulan, Giga and more.
I wasn't mentioned. I'm so sad. I was never mentioned. I mean nothing to nobody, dude. It's so sad.
Had to give their consumer exactly what they wanted. Even if that meant thinking outside of the box and listening to
sure.
criticisms
What
on a
is that?
project that they poured their soul into. They needed to release unpolished products so that the player can test it
Yeah,
and see
I'm
what
sorry for not releasing unpolished products.
they thought. It is no wonder that the mods of this series are treated in such high regards, and definitely the reason why Last Malone wants to leave no stone unturned before the release of the Epic War remakes.
Jeez.
PP joined this community expecting nothing, yet he has created something
PP is the absolute goat.
extraordinary for like-minded players to enjoy. The question is who
What is that? Is that World War? I think so.
is going to stand on the shoulders of these legends and create something that the community can only lay
Wait, hold on. Are you telling me he's the first person to do so? I think the word were much more exciting than what you just showed me. Like, all respect to PP, but I don't think many of his decisions were right or correct. I don't see myself enjoying his mod. I'm not saying it's a bad mod. I'm not saying there aren't better mods too. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
Table as a masterpiece.
Masterpiece. To be continued. What do you mean? Oh, masterpiece. That's not my monitor, right? Those white stuff. No, they're zooming in with the text. Does it say something? Thanks for watching. This is a repost of my mod. I presented it in the first comments of this post thread. You'll find it by following this link, blob. Link in the description to play the mod. I would never. Before anyone asks me. I mean, I don't think I have played a single Epic War 5 mod. I don't know what is it. I said it earlier. I don't see myself enjoying those. It doesn't look enjoying. Maybe my mod standards are way too high because of a certain dragon. Final thoughts about the mod. I don't like it. It's a good mod. Respect to PP. If you think I'm being ironic, I'm telling you right now I'm not. I genuinely think this guy is a sweetheart. He looks like a quality person. I just don't like his mod, and that's fine. I don't like a lot of stuff, in fact. I like less stuff than I dislike. I'm just a hater. And I'm fine with that, and you should be too. Call it egoism, but I think I'm a pretty passionate Epic War player. I think I'm in the top 5, but nobody is gonna know about me. Like PP. PP is making new history now. In several years, nobody's gonna remember me. Nobody's gonna remember Shademus. Everyone is just gonna remember the new era of Epic War, which is PP and Sami. Oh, I'm so toxic, dude. Well, nice video, Sami. You can tell that I enjoyed it because it took me 1 hour, or it took me 50 minutes to watch an 11-minute video. So I definitely enjoyed it. I again have no idea where this is going to end up. I assume somebody might watch it, or nobody really would be able to watch it. I just thought it would be a fun way to make Epic War content without making Epic War content, because I don't miss this. I I really enjoyed the game Epic War, and I'm clearly not making more videos on it, which was one major way of me to express my passion about the game. I've left a lot of videos in the making, and it is what it is the saying people use. So I thought about just reacting to some Epic War content. Thought it would be fun, and it was fun. I don't regret this. I just hope nobody gets hurt, because I did say stuff maybe I didn't mean to really say. I mean, I can't not mean to say them when I have already said them. I'm not making this a public upload. This is either going to be on members only content, or just sending it to Zerny and maybe Sami. But if I send it to Sami, he is gonna feel offended. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking by through a lot of my yapping. My voice isn't the best to listen to. My speaking skills aren't fully developed, and I don't expect them to develop anymore. So it would really mean a lot if you just watched all of it without getting repulsed. And of course, doing it not out of pity, that's pretty nice. That was fun. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for being yourself, and I hope you have a very great rest of the week. Alright, see you. Love you.